Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be cash stuffing $565. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start with my wallet, which I have my weekly wallet here, and then I have my overflow binder. Since I get paid bi-weekly, I stuff both of them just so I don't spend all my wallet money in one week. So I will do 45 per week. So I'll do 2045 into my wallet. And I don't think I have any rollover. I do have some receipts that I'll scan into my Fetch Rewards app. And then I have a few coins in here. Which I've been putting into my piggy bank, which I don't have right now, so I'll do that later. Now I could put the 45 in here. And then I'll put the other 45 in my overflow binder. Next, I have my mini Monday, which I already counted it here, which this is $60. And then for Saving Sunday, I also have already counted this money here, which this is $110. And now I will move on to my savings binder. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate. I didn't really do anything. I'm going to go back to wedding because I celebrated with my family whenever I went home for Halloween. So I was just enjoying the day off, but I didn't really do much. For wedding, I'm going to put 50, and this is for my sister's wedding in June. So this now has, I spent $50 already, but I just created this placeholder so it would match the tracker. So this now has 50, 100, 150. And I actually increased my goal because I did some calculations of everything I would need, and it ended up being 1,800. So this tracker I have here is for 1,000. So once I complete this one, I might either reuse this one or pull a different tracker for the other 800. That is it for this binder. Now for my sinking funds, and these numbers are slightly different than my budget with me, which I'll still link here if you're interested in watching that. I'm going to go back to cell phone because we got our annual raises. And so I didn't know exactly how much it would be. So I was kind of just guessing, and it ended up being a little bit more than what I thought, which was great. So for cell phone, I'm going to put 15 in here. Each icon is worth 15. So I'll put a heart in one of these. So now this has 10, 20, 25, 30. And then for chat books, which I don't really need the tracker because I'm going to fully fund this, but I'm going to put $30 in here, which I buy these at the end of the year. So I'm ready to buy that. And that is it for this binder. Moving on to my high priority, I'm going to go back to gas buffer, which this one, my goal is 40. So I'm going to put 40 in here, and then this will be fully funded again. And that is it for this binder. For my personal binder, I'm going to go back to beauty and put 25 in here. I already bought the stuff I needed to do my hair, but I'm going to unstuff this money at the end of the month because I just bought the stuff online. So this now has 25. And then I'm going to go back to hobbies. I went a little bit crazy buying stuff for Black Friday, like a bunch of cash stuffing stuff, which I didn't think I was going to, but I ended up getting quite a few things. So next year, I'll make sure to save more for this. So I'm going to put 100 in here. So now there is 100. Then I'm going to go back to spending, which here I'm just going to do 25. So now this has 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56. And that is it for this binder. And before I forget, I am going to go to my travel binder just to mark off my flight tracker. This I am just Venmoing my sister because she already paid for the flight, so I'm just paying her back. But I am using the tracker just to keep track of how much I owe her. So each one of these is worth 20, so I'll mark off 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. So I owe her $300 still. And the last binder I'm going to is for Archie. And I'm going to go back to food and treats and put $20 in here, which I did buy him some stuff for Black Friday too. So that's where that money went. So I'm going to put $20, and that is it for this binder. And that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.